The drums of K kingdom beat like thunder, shaking the air with their rhythm. Men stamped their feet in the dust, women ululated, and the smell of roasted yam and palm wine hung thick over the festival grounds. The annual wrestling festival was more than sport, it was pride, a test of strength that decided which warrior would stand tallest in the land. At the center of it all stood the wrestling ground, a wide circle drawn with chalk and red earth, guarded by drummers whose hands beat steady rhythms to stir the crowd's blood. The Balogun entered the square like a lion into his savanna. His frame was broad, his skin bronzed from countless battles under the sun. His chest was bare, marked with scars that were not wounds but medals of survival. The leopard pelt across his shoulder dragged whispers in its wake, for it was said he had slain the beast with his bare hands. The people roared his name. Balogun, Balogun, the spear of K, the shield that never breaks. The name itself carried weight. He was the commander of K's armies, a man whose very shadow commanded respect. Broad-chested, his skin glistening with sweat and oil, his muscles carved as though by the gods, he stepped forward with calm certainty. His gaze was sharp, his jaw set, and around his waist glinted the charms of countless victories. But upon the raised stool at the far end of the square, the king Oba Adewale frowned. His pride stung every time the people praised another man above him, even if that man was his kingdom's protector. Pride had long been his shadow, whispering foolishness into his ears. And pride, that day, made him a gambler. When the Balogun had flung down yet another challenger, this one the champion of a neighboring village, the crowd's roar shook the heavens. The king rose, palm wine wet on his lips, and lifted his staff for silence. Who among us can match the Balogun? He called, voice slurred with arrogance. He wins too easily, and victory tastes sweeter when the stake is greater. Shall we make a wager? The people stilled, curious, uneasy. The Balogun stood tall, wiping dust from his arms. His eyes narrowed. What wager does Kabiasi propose? The king's gaze swept the square, and in his drunken bravado, his tongue betrayed him. If you win again, Balogun, I will give you what is most precious to me. He raised his palm toward the women's quarters, where a figure lingered in the shadows. My only daughter, Arike the jewel.